I see people running red lights, not stopping at stop signs, driving far too fast, down side streets, right, just to gain a couple seconds advantage.
Pay attention. That is a simple piece of advice drivers typically hear, but it's getting new weight now after the Hampden District Attorney announced a surge in serious crashes in our area.
Western Mass News reporter Wesley Days is live in Springfield tonight with more from District Attorney Anthony Gallooni. And Wesley, there's some simple tips for drivers tonight.
Yeah, you already took one of them from me, Amanda and Chris. Pay attention. But District Attorney Anthony Gallooni also wants you to be mindful of this question.
Is that risk worth it?
A new warning for Hampden County drivers.
We're really imploring the public, given so many tragedies already in this year, to drive safely, drive slowly.
The number of serious crashes in the area stands at 42, and we're only halfway through the year. Compared to last year's total, we're only 26 incidents away from eclipsing last year's final amount and halfway to 2023's total.
We think distracted driving is on the rise. Drunk driving is on the rise, and we're seeing a lot of disregard for traffic laws.
Hampden's District Attorney Anthony Gallooni is raising the red flag on the tragedies we've seen so far and all it takes to stop them.
A moment of inattention, right, looking at a text message or something coming in on your phone can really result in an indelible tragedy, something permanent that affects you or affects someone else for the rest of their lives.
Tragedies we've covered time and time again here on Western Mass News.
You took my sister, my best friend, away.
Hit and run victims, car crashes that turned fatal. Out of the 42 incidents we've already seen, 28 have been deadly this year.
Those are 28 terrible losses of life, 28 tragedies. 28 families changed forever.
Gallooni adds the simple tips we've all heard before getting behind the wheel.
We're asking people as a consequence to observe speed limits, to be careful, to stop when there's a yellow light.
Yeah, a couple of things to add here, Amanda and Chris. Let's talk about new drivers, right? Parents at home, this one is for you. District Attorney Gallooni also wants you to be mindful and instill in your young drivers the importance of obeying driving laws, not driving drunk, not driving high, and making sure that you are not distracted driving. We all know that Instagram and technology can be cool, but put the phone down while you're behind the wheel. They also want you to be mindful of this, and this is for our older drivers, our over 21 drivers, that Uber may cost $10 to $15, but it costs way less than human life. Amanda, Chris?
And Wesley, we're getting insight on the details in this week's fatal hit and run tonight.
Yeah, we are, Amanda, and it's coming up, and we're going hand in hand with something that we talked about just a few moments ago with District Attorney Gallooni, distracted driving. Take a listen.
Some of the recent tragedies we've seen, in fact, one this week, as far as we know at this juncture, midway through an investigation, it looks like someone was driving extraordinarily recklessly and at far too fast a speed for the environment.
If you want more of my conversation with District Attorney Gallooni, make sure to head over to our website, westernmassnews.com. Reporting live in Springfield, Wesley Days, Western Mass News.